Hey y'all, this is Zach, your Lumix creator. As a great villain once said, perfectly balanced as all things should be. Balance is important to the universe, and it is also important to the photos you take. White balance is something that we often mislook, yet very important to the image. So what exactly is white balance? Well, it's in its name, the balancing of white. Take a look at this image. You can't really find a real white in it because everything is blue shifted to the colder side. Therefore, the white balance is off. Wait a minute, did I say the colder side? You see, our human brains tend to relate colder temperature to the more bluish color and warmer temperature to the more orangish color. This is how colors can psychologically affect our feelings. Therefore, white balance has another name you may know of, color temperature. Go to your camera now. Most of the time, the white balance in your camera is set to AWB, Auto White Balance, which let your camera processor decide what temperature your color should be. The AWB technology is getting better and more reliable nowadays, but there will be situations where you need to adjust it manually. For instance, when you are moving from one room to another, both with very different lighting. Setting white balance manually requires you to adjust the color temperature in camera with the unit of measurement known as K, Kelvin. For reference, direct sunlight in the day will be around 5200 K, and if it's a cloudy day, typically around 6500 K. So now you are setting your white balance manually for the first time. How do you do it accurately without guessing the temperature? Well, you may want to pull out your trump card here, the gray card. It's a tool that helps photographers to set the correct white balance by providing a reference point for the camera. To measure your reference point, place the gray card in the area or scene in which you intend to take a photograph, with the gray card facing towards the camera. For the most accurate result, place the card directly at the place where your subject stands or rests so that it reflects the light source. Then adjust your manual camera settings to ensure optimal exposure and focus, and take a test shot. You might need to take 2 or 3 shots to get the image looking the way you like. Once you have captured the image in camera, you can now navigate to the camera's internal shooting menu and select one of the preset white balance or custom white balance. Essentially, the gray card works because of its lack of color. Gray is a neutral tone, and even though there are different shades of gray, the gray used in the gray card is considered to be the middle gray. The middle gray hue makes it easier for the camera to understand a given lighting situation and prescribe the best solution. Some cameras come equipped with different presets such as daylight, tungsten, but a more professional camera will allow you to set the temperature value on your own. However, if you are being lazy, there is a more lazy way to do this. Just shoot your photos in RAW. What is RAW? Well, that can be an entirely different video. In short, white balance is very important but not talked about as often as the other features in a camera. It is especially important in video recording because it is harder to tweak the white balance in post for video than it is for photo. Set your white balance correctly so you will not surprise yourself when you're doing editing in post. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. I'm Zach, and I will see you next time.